So, hey guys, and welcome to Card of the Week. Hope you've had a good week so far, and let's get straight into it. And this week's Card of the Week is Felgrand Dragon. Now, Felgrand Dragon came out in this Structure Deck Rise of the Dragon Lords, and is a Structure Deck exclusive in the sense that you can't actually get it anywhere else apart from the Structure Deck. Now let's go through its effect here. Let me just scroll down. This monster cannot be special summoned except from the graveyard and only if it was sent there from the field. When this card is special summoned, select one monster in your graveyard. This card gains attack equal to the level of that monster times 200. Now that's a pretty nice effect. You can make it into quite a massive beat stick, because it's not select one dragon type monster, it is literally just select one monster, and there are some really high level monsters in today's meta. Cards like Malefics with level 10s, Tragodia, stuff like that. Some really high level monsters in today's meta, meaning he can get a pretty large attack point boost. And actually beat stick monsters with really large attack are doing pretty well in today's meta. You can beat a lot of decks with just keeping one on the field. There are a lot of ways to get rid of them and stuff, but keeping one can beat a lot of decks like 6 Samurais. If you can get over 3,000, you can get over most Dark World monsters once they've lost all their Graphas, in a sense, and a lot of other decks. So it is a really useful card. I'll just go over a few things, ways you can actually get it out. Obviously it has the huge downside of it can't be special summoned except from the graveyard, and it has to have been on the field first. So that means you have to basically tribute summon it to get it out, which is a downside, but there are a few ways of getting it out. Let's go over some. There is Cost Down. Now, Cost Down is discard one card, reduce the level of all monster cards in your hand by 2. Now, as this is a level 8, it will then go down to a level 6, I believe, if my math is correct. So, yeah, it will go down to a level 6, meaning you can tribute it with one monster, which is really handy, because tributing with one monster is pretty easy in today's game, because Monarchs do it all the time. Level 6s are pretty easy to get out. So yeah, it has that useful side of it, because you can use Cost Down. Another card is Totem Dragon. Now this, I believe, came out also in the Structure Deck, and this card's effect reads, this card can be treated as 2 tributes for the tribute summon of a dragon type monster. If this card is in your graveyard during your standby phase and you control no monsters, you can special summon this card in attack position. You cannot activate this effect if there are any monsters in your graveyard that are not dragon type. If this card is special summoned with this effect, remove it from play when it is removed from the field. Now that's a really good effect for getting out Felgrand, because you might not always get to keep the monsters on the field, but if you're playing like a dragon deck, Dragoonities, stuff like that deck, then you can have that in the graveyard, then special summon it, use Cost Down, or don't even need to use Cost Down, actually, now when I think about it. That's why Totem Dragon's so good. Use it as 2 tributes for Felgrand Dragon. Really useful, and then get him out really quickly. And even if they, I don't know, get rid of him somehow with trap holes, stuff like that, dark hole, he still hit the field, so you can always be special summoned from the grave again. Now there is a downside to him. He does have the big downside that if he's been solemned or doesn't actually hit the field at first, then he cannot be cannot be special summoned from the graveyard, because it is considered that he has not hit the field, because Solemn negated the summoning, which is a pretty big downside. But there are cards like Monster Reincarnation. Yeah, Monster Reincarnation, which means you can get him back to your hand. There are cards like Herald of the Creation, which can bring you back to the hand, which also came out, I believe, in this starter deck. And there are cards like Pot of Avarice to get him back in your deck, so you can draw him. He's also a level 8, and if you know, he is on the picture of Trade-In, I believe, so you can use Trade-In with him as he's a level 8. Also, he's a dragon, which comes in very handy with cards like, well, it used to come in handy with Future Fusion, but now it be used to fuse a lot of Still fuse 5-headed dragon if you can. Also, 5-headed dragon then goes in the graveyard. You've got a level 10 in there. That's a 10 times 2. That's 2,000 points. That's 5,800 attack. So he can be really useful for that. And he's a light. And as we know, light and darks are still at the top. They are still the best attributes there can be. Konami and Yu-Gi-Oh! In general are trying to make the others a bit more powerful recently with Mermaids and the new Fire Kings with fires and stuff, but at the moment I'd still rate Light and Dark as the best. Now there are a few other ways of bringing them out with Dragoonities. Now Dragoonities, some Dragoonity players will play Dragoonity Armor. I pronounce it Levitan. It's like levitation, I'm guessing, kind of sense, but here in his effect, you can special summon this card from your hand or your graveyard by removing from play one face-up monster you control equipped with a Dragoonity card, and Dragoonities can do that really easy. So you banish that from play, and then when this is normal summoned or special summoned, you can select one dragon-type monster in your graveyard and equip it to this card. Now that can be Felgrand Dragon. Now you equip that to the card because you're not special summoning or anything like that, it's becoming an equipped card. So Felgrand Dragon then becomes the equipped card. Then, when this card gets sent to the graveyard by one of your opponent's effects, it might be many cards, Darkhold, etc. You can select one of the monsters that were equipped to this card when it was sent to the graveyard and special summon that monster from the graveyard, i.e. Felgrand Dragon. Now, you can do that because this monster, as it says, this monster cannot be special summoned except from the graveyard and only if it was sent there from the field. It doesn't have to be in the monster zone, it can just be on the field, so it can be from the spell and trap zone. I.e. you can then instantly special summon Felgrand Dragon. You've then got a nice level 8 type monster in the graveyard to increase its attack by 1600, and you've got a nice, do my math here, 4,500? No, 4,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 400 should I say. 4,400 attack point monster. Now that can get over basically everything in the game. There's very few cards that will, can run over that unless you have a few Axe of Despairs or bring out 5-headed. There's also Light and Darkness Dragon, so if you can get Felgrand on the field, use Light and Darkness Dragon. As soon as Light and Darkness Dragon gets destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you'll then instantly get to also then again special summon Felgrand Dragon and get it on a nice, we said 4,400, did we say? Yeah, God, my math is terrible today, but yeah. You can then get a huge monster again. So Felgrand Dragon can be really useful. And you can use it with the Chaos Sorcerers and the Black Lusters, so you can still use it in a Chaos Dragon style of deck because it is light. So yeah, that's Felgrand Dragon for you guys. Also wanted to go over Hunter Dragon quickly, which is basically the baby version of Felgrand. If you look at it, Hunter, Felgrand, look at that jaw. That jaw is definitely showing the same similarities. So I don't know if there's a story already out, but you might be able to make a quick story with Felgrand Dragon. Any of the other videos out there maybe. But yeah, that's Felgrand Dragon for you guys. I think it's a really nice card that wasn't seeing much play because of that really big downside effect that it can't be special summoned except from the graveyard, and if it can only be special summoned if it was sent from the field, so you have to tribute summon it first. There are a lot of ways of using this, and as I said, Unity Armor Levitan can bring him out really, really easily because of this equipped card effect kind of thing. And to be honest, with most of the days, you'll be able to swarm the field and tribute summon him easily anyway. So yeah, that's Felgrand Dragon for you guys. Got any combos, memories, thoughts about this card? Give a comment in the section below. And yeah, let's get a little talk about Felgrand Dragon, guys, and if you enjoy or like him. So hope you enjoy this, guys, and see you around. Cheers.